I DoorDashed for a week in the 2015 Audi Q7 luxury crossover SUV and tested out accepting 100 offers in a row to get my acceptance rate up to 100%, like a good little obedient DoorDash boy, to see if it would help me earn more shekels from dashing. Welcome Dash fam and car enthusiast fam. I am not a car enthusiast, but I am the best dasher alive, aka Lil Daddy Dasher, and I dashed in 3 different zones across the span of a week, accepting every single offer that came in to raise my acceptance rate to 100%. And let me tell you, it was a smooth, comfortable, and luxurious week dashing in the 2015 Audi Q7 Premium Plus. It's a 2015, so it's a bit older. It has 100,000 miles on it. It's a little bit beat up. You can feel it's a little bit older, but man, this car new, like 0 miles to, I don't know, 70,000 miles. It's probably super cherry. I really like its size. It's not huge SUV. Back in 2015, retailed at a cool $54,800. The new 2023 Q7 Premium Plus now has the retail price of $64,500. I typically dash on an e-bike. It's a much more profitable and I just think a much more fun way to do some door dashing. But this week I actually needed a whip with a tow hitch on it to transport a couple of my bikes. While I was dashing, I got out to take the delivery up to someone's doorstep, and right as I was hopping out, a man was walking by and he noticed what I was doing, dropping off an order, and he goes, "That's a pretty nice car to be doing some DoorDash deliveries in." And I just think that was the most perfectly crafted backhanded compliment. So day 1, dashing in the Audi Q7. We did a little 3-hour dash. This was on a Friday, 6:30 p.m., 9:45 p.m. And to be honest, it kind of just was sending me all over the place. Wasn't the greatest dash. Our stats this day, 483 is the customer rating. That should definitely be higher. I think that's the lowest my customer rating's ever been. 78% acceptance rate. We're working on getting that up there. Completion rate sitting at a 96. On time or early, 94%. It says here that I completed 6 deliveries, but I did accept 7 offers, and one of them ended up getting canceled, and it did not affect my completion rate, so that was fine. And spending a few hours door dashing in the Audi, it was nice. It was comfortable. I liked the car. It definitely felt like a little bit of a luxury dash. Day 2, we cranked it up a little bit. We got the acceptance rate up to 84% and the completion rate up to 97%. We did 2 different dashes on this Saturday, $107.31 and $49.75. That brought us to a total of 26 deliveries completed out of the 100 that we're going for. Enjoyed the Audi Q7 again today. It is a little bit big, obviously, to be door dashing in. It's got 3 rows of seats. It's a good size SUV. The gas mileage is 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the freeway, so we're definitely not doing great as far as gas mileage goes either, but it's comfy and it's a little bit luxe. Day 3, we completed 12 more deliveries for a total of 38 completed. We did 3 different dashes this day. 1950 quick little dash, 7269, and then at 1825 just another little quick one. Day 4, things got a little bit weird. Usually DoorDash is pretty chill, but occasionally, y'all that dash a lot will know, occasionally you just run into something weird, off, straight up yelled at by a lady that was working at the high school. She proceeded to tell me by yelling at me that the students at this high school are not allowed to place orders on DoorDash. And I said, okay, nothing I can do about that. The order got placed. I just get the order and it says go drop it off at this location, and that's it. So I said, that's probably something you should take up with your students. That really made her angry when I said it's the students' fault. She goes, they're minors. We can't control them. They just do whatever they want. And so I just got in my car and left. And that was that, because what else could it be? We did get the acceptance rate up to 94%, and we're at a 97% completion rate now. I did complete 2 different dashes on this day. First one was 39.55, second one was 104.25, so we're up to 48 total deliveries completed. $30 an hour, that's not bad. Day 5, this is the first time where I thought, I might actually be getting some bigger offers now. I only did 1 dash this day, earned $104. in 3 hours 21 minutes. So again, that's right around $30 an hour. Here was a $12.50 stack for an extra 6.7 miles, and that was on top of a $5.75 for 1.2 miles. So that one was really good. Here was a $25.50 for 15 miles. The mileage is high, but majority of that mileage was on the freeway going 70 miles per hour. Solid $10.25 for 4.2 miles. I did have to fill up the car for the first time today. Massive tank on it, and it was expensive to fill up, almost $100. Definitely doing some damage when it comes to DoorDash profits. Here was another $17.50 for 8.4 miles that I got that day. Another $20.50 for 8.3 miles. Day 6, I didn't do any dashing, but I did about a 4 or 5 hour road trip. So I threw the bikes on the back of the whip and took a little trip to Central California and did a little bit of dashing there. The area I dashed in was quite a bit different than the typical area that I dash in. Much bigger geographically. I had a lot more no-tip orders and more cash on delivery orders. In fact, I've never once had a cash on delivery in my normal zone. Cash on delivery was totally chill. Got the acceptance rate up 1 more point to the 95% mark, and our completion rate also went up to 98%. 2 dashes on this day, the first one for $32.25 and the second one for $78.50. And so here's what some of the offers looked like in this new zone. $13.75 for 7.3 miles, a lot of that on the freeway. Small $5.50 for 3 miles. Stack for $9, $7.50 for 4.7 miles. This high pay plus order, which came in so much bigger than the $9 it originally showed, it came in at $13.50 for 5 miles stacked. That was a great offer. And then here was a cash on delivery. That one also got stacked with a $5.50 for an additional 1.3 miles. So that was a great delivery. $14.25 per 8.7 miles. This is like to a spot I definitely did not want to go, but had to take it because we're keeping the acceptance rate up. But I also did get stacked with an $11.50 for an additional 4.5 on top of that, and that $11.50 actually came in at $19.50. So that was crazy. But the next day I came back to my regular zone, had to fill up again for another $95. That's a expensive tank of gas. 95% acceptance rate, 98% completion rate, and the offers are nice and solid, honestly. So far, nothing crazy. And we got the acceptance rate up to 98% on this day. And we did 2 dashes. One of them, I'm not sure, I don't remember what happened, but it was just a $4.50. I'm not sure what happened on that dash. Then we did a $57.75 dash. Yeah, that $4.50 one was 18 minutes of time. I'm not sure. That was a bad one though. And now we're heading into the last day that I did some door dashing in the 2015 Audi Q7. I've enjoyed the car a lot. It did great in the city. It did great on the road trip. Just a little bit expensive and big, you know, as far as gas and door dashing goes, but that was to be expected, which by the way also goes 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds and has a 280 horsepower V6 engine. So I'm doing a quick morning dash right now. What time is it? It's 8:47. I'm gonna dash for like 2.5 hours or something like that. And I'm doing it in a new area I haven't done before. Corona Del Mar, right on the ocean. Currently headed to Zinc Cafe and Market. Got $9.25 for 4.2 miles. I don't have a hot bag right now. Look at this line.
Turn right onto Fairway Point
to get into this neighborhood. Bro, what?
How's it going?
Thanks, you too. Not the best dash, but there was a banger in there that was pretty cool. But still, I mean, really, the overall earnings is what we're really interested in, right? Because if you get a banger, but your overall earnings still aren't that great, then what's the point of the banger, you know? 71.38 in 3.5 hours of dash time. We started this day with a 98% acceptance rate. So for sure, we're getting it up to 100%, right? No. I was literally just sitting there waiting for another offer to come in, and then I randomly get a text message saying, hey, we sent an offer to your phone and you didn't do anything with it. It's like, nah, the offer never showed up on my phone, but they dropped my acceptance rate anyway. So literally as I'm getting so close to hitting 100% acceptance rate, it's like, nah, we're dropping you. These orange juices are way shorter than these supports right here. And so they just are completely flopping around. Oh, like that, dang it. She hands it to me and she goes, careful, they're not stable. These car's cup holders are terrible too. This is the only good cup holder. The other ones are on the very bottoms of the doors. How's it going? I've got a DoorDash from... That was an awesome one. Came in at 16 big bucks. Zinc Cafe and Market, we were just there in Gary's New York and Deli. $15.41 for 1.9 miles. I mean, it has a huge sunroof, and it has like 3 sections, or maybe two sections, I guess. But the very back section is the only section that opens, and it only just like cracks open. This is really nice because it lets a lot of light in, but it doesn't open at all, and so you can't get any of that fresh air dumping in from above. On this last day here, this Gary's New York Deli, 825 plus for 2.8 miles total, and that also got stacked with $4 for an additional 1.8 miles, but that one ended up being a $36.13 delivery. But again, how crazy is that if the overall earnings were only 72 bucks, when in that same amount of time not getting those crazy offers, I've earned 104 bucks. So some crazier offers definitely started coming through the higher my acceptance rate got, but I didn't start seeing crazier overall earnings. Star ratings scale, 4 different categories with a 5th total category that sums up the previous 4. Each category gets 5 stars. Categories are dashability, riz, quirkiness, war ready, and the one that sums up all 4 of those we call total shine. Dashability, we're giving it a 3. It's very comfortable. For huge shop orders, you're definitely fitting all the items super easy. It's got a really nice sunroof. It's got lots of windows. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's luxurious, but impossible for it to get a 4 or 5 star due to how big it is, maneuverability when dashing, and especially due to gas mileage and the cost of filling the thing up. I mean, that guy who handed me that backhanded compliment, I mean, the thing's got some riz. We'll call it a 3.5 on the riz scale. Quirkiness, honestly, not really like a super quirky vehicle, just kind of luxe and nice and spacious. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5 on the quirkiness. War ready, I'd like to rate it a little bit higher here because, you know, big vehicle. It's got some speed to it. It's got a tow hitch on the back. It's got a sunroof to pop out of with a turret. I give it a 3 out of 5 on the war ready scale. That's 10.5 stars out of 20 total stars, which gives it a total shine, also known as a thug score, of 52.5%.